Then we had confirmation that the bus was completely dead, and the guy said there's no way to get it back on the road. You have to basically have the whole engine replaced. At about 10:30 in the morning, the general consensus was engine fried, tour is over.
Once again, for like the 5th time on this tour, I sat at the gas station completely all day waiting for someone to send us money or for somebody to fix something that we have no control over.
So yeah, I tried getting a van to at least get us down to San Francisco. We had already abandoned hope for making it for the Sacramento show.
We had to make a decision and find a way to keep going on the tour. So the first solution appeared to be renting a van plus a car, because we had to fit 11 people plus gears.
It took us about 2 hours to pack everything.
It was kind of sketchy, like trying to fit everything that was in a huge tour bus in just a like small van and a nice car actually.
And then about 10 at night, we finally managed to leave Southern Oregon and drive to San Francisco.
We went to San Francisco without knowing what would be next.
We spent the whole day trying to find a car, and the solution we found was just to buy a new van.
It took us about 5 minutes to find a van in San Francisco, a 12-passenger van.
For $4,000 or something, which was even cheaper than if you would have rented one for the 2 weeks left.
Like in just an hour, you're spending $4,000 after losing $8,000, you know? So again, typical ocean situation.
We knew this tour was going to continue.
Yeah, happy days. So yeah, after the San Francisco show, we had this like super long drive to Pomona, close to Los Angeles.
The first ride with our new vehicle, and it was awesome.
It's become easier to tour because we don't have this bus breaking down all the time. The van is a much more stable item in our lives.
So we got there like super early in the morning and just crashed out on the floor in front of the venue. Ended up getting a motel. No one had slept a minute. The show was good in Pomona. Our label was there. Met a lot of friends. It was good to be back in California. We played here in 2008. There were quite a few people who had seen us back then. It was a good crowd out there. It was a good night.
Today is my last day of Tour with the Ocean.
Because it was useless for him to just tag along to do nothing, basically, you know, because we could drive the van ourselves.
The past 20 days have been awesome.
Cheers! Like all you motherfuckers say on the bus all the goddamn time. Cheers!
I don't remember a lot of it, but I remember enough to know that these guys are all wonderful guys.
It was definitely nice to have him around, and that was cool. That was just a matter of it wouldn't have made sense to keep him on the tour.
And honestly, it has probably been one of the most fun tours I've done in a very long time. Thank you guys.
Really good show in Phoenix, in Mesa.
Yeah, it was the last show for Cephalic Carnage. They just joined the tour for like 8 or 10 shows.
It's been a pleasure touring with you guys. We're very different bands, but we're the same.
Sure.
So that's how music is. You can be very different, but the same as far as you're in the same mental state.
Yeah, we had fun. Like, I mean, those guys were really, really nice, and I had really good times with Patrice, their drummer, who was replacing the original drummer for this tour.
I'm a French Canadian, so those guys are from Switzerland, so we had a great time to speak French together.
You guys fucking rule, man. Super cool dudes, super cool music, and it's very nice. Hopefully we'll meet up with them all in Switzerland one of these days, because it would be kick-ass.
These guys are gonna keep killing, and rocking for the name of Switzerland. You know, hopefully your football team and your hockey teams do good this year.
Yeah, that's my main concern right now.
So after the Mesa show, we had this like massive drive again to Dallas.
After looking on the map, I realized that El Paso was on the way, and we've had very, very good memories of our last tour in El Paso. We had 3 days off there, and we stayed with this legendary guy, Frank Longoria.
And he's got this amazing villa in the suburb of El Paso.
And he's the coolest person in America. I was like, dude, we're coming to El Paso. We'll be there in 8 hours. Is that okay? And he was like, fuck yeah, man.
Yoo-hoo! What's up, bro? Good to see you. Good to see you, man. Find a place.
So we just got at his place. He cooked breakfast for us, and he's got like this massive house with like swimming pool, hot tub.
And it felt like just exactly like 3 years ago. It was awesome. We were all super tired, so we, you know, spent most of the day sleeping.
Smoking weed, drinking good whiskey, eating.
And then at night, we took a chance to make use of that awesome jacuzzi out there, of course.
Nice to have you all here. It's good to see you again. We had a blast. Hope you enjoyed the food. You guys ate like pigs.
We could have spent like probably a week there.
Hope to see you again in the fall.
We played the Masquerade in Atlanta the second time. We played there 3 years ago with Kailesa. Because of the fact that it was a really good show, we all got completely shit-faced, every single one of us. And we walked to this bar, and it was hard. I think it took us like more than an hour to get there because we were so drunk that we probably spent like, you know, an hour walking a mile. I don't know what was on next, but we spent some time in that bar. We didn't really feel like walking back, so there was this guy who offered us a ride in his car.
Instead of having 5 people driving with him and 6 other people walking, we just all went in the car.
It's like fucking 15 people in a 4 people transportation system.
Yeah, Iggy Pop! Iggy Pop! Hold on, everybody shut the fuck up. Where are we going?
I'm only Masquerade. We're going to the club.
Masquerade!
Okay, cool. The Masquerade.
It's right here! Right here! Right here!
I still have a shoe here. Whose shoe is this?
We arrived to the venue, and the Job for Cowboys guys were just like partying basically on their trailer.
There was some wine and some booze and lots of singing and some violence against things, mainly the trailer.
Everybody was like kind of dancing on the trailer, throwing bagels at each other, throwing bottles of beers.
There's a cap on this. Take it off.
Yesterday was literally out of control. Like, we woke up in the freaking parking lot and the whole thing was trashed. Like, I can't believe we didn't all get arrested.
I think that's when everyone realized that the tour was pretty much over and that it was really time to do some like funny shit.
Nashville was up next, and it was another awesome show. Like, somehow the South was probably the best part of this tour for us. We played this huge venue called Rocketown.
I decided to go for a skate, just at an indoor facility they had just at the venue. This was my first time on a skateboard in at least 5 years. You know, I'm just kind of trying to get back into it.
and after the show we were all in party mode and we went to town.
And it ended up in a like a country sort of hillbilly bar named Roberts, and we watched this, I guess, country band.
Like this kind of southern groove, blues, country music, but really, really good.
And then we reached that street corner and there was this black guy playing drums and freestyling over it.
Basically playing beats, like hip hop beats, with just a snare, a kick drum, and a hi-hat.
He just kept going for at least half an hour. I think we were standing there, all the people were like dancing in the streets.
And that was absolutely amazing as well. We watched that for another 45 minutes just because it was too entertaining not to.
Asheville, North Carolina was the last show of this tour and probably the best.
Well, the Asheville show was probably one of the best gigs I had in my life.
And the venue was awesome. It was called Orange Peel.
We knew it was BT Bam's like home turf pretty much. High energy from the very beginning to the very end, and the crowd loved us. It was good to go out with a blast.
Since it was the last show, like most of the time something happened to the headliners.
Yeah, we kind of had this plan to bombard Between the Buried and Me on stage in their country music sample.
Every night everybody was like dancing in the crowd and be like, you know, like...
Yeah, that worked out well. Between the Buried and Me didn't seem to mind.
The Ocean partied harder than any band I've toured in the US with. What other people told me, I thought it was kind of going to be like a really like, not lame, but like a little less.
Hail the Ocean. I'll go with that. Hail the Ocean, because those guys are fucking awesome. And I had no idea what we were getting into for this tour, but they fucking killed it every night.
There was a pretty good atmosphere on this tour, and I think everybody was pretty sad to leave each other.
We're just starting to get to know a lot of them and kind of becoming mates, you know.
So it was like one of those tours where, you know, it takes a couple of weeks for you to even really almost know everybody's name. Just a really cool collective group of people.
Their stage show was really interesting, especially in contrast to the other bands.
Like stuff that I've had ideas for in my head, they like have done, so now I can't do it anymore.
I've never seen more naked Europeans in my entire life.
I saw Jonah's abs twice, or like 4 times.
You get used to it. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think I'll ever get used to that.
The Ocean is a band that we've all found. We have this this cool kind of common bond and these different dynamics. It's very awesome. You guys rule. See you soon.
I really hope next time they come over they get a better bus deal or van deal or whatever they do, because that was a headache for me.
The Ocean was phenomenal. You know, great dudes and a great band, which is rare these days.
Luke is a cute motherfucker.
This tour was so cool. The Ocean was awesome. BT Band was sick. Everyone was very nice.
Really stoked on the lineup. You guys are good dudes. Had a really good time. Hopefully we'll do it again sometime, man.
So that was the goodbye times, and then everybody went where they had to.